class of the case study or the ICAN case study paper. And I believe we had a great day at work or whatever it is, our endeavors. I believe we had a fantastic time. It's really nice to have us here on the call for this first May 2026 class. I'll just start a brief for those that don't know me, just a brief introduction of myself before we get to work. All right, so once again, we're welcome. My name is Gabriel Josiah. I am a chartered accountant with ICAN. I've served as a financial reporting personnel and also currently an internal auditor in several industries in my short while or my short career journey. So I studied accounting in Ahmadu Bello University from 2004 to 2009. And I served in Kano for the period of 2009 to 2010. I also started working officially in Lagos as an account officer with a small hotel as an account officer. And from there, I transited to an assistant accounting role at GMG Limited, where I spent 5 years in that employ. In that period of 5 years in that wonderful organization, I was able to bag 2 master's degree, one in business admin and one in treasury management. And I left GMG in 2016, and I moved to Orange Groups in the same city of Kano as a branch accountant of Orange Groups. I worked there for 3 years till 2020. I left, moved to Hamdallah Fertilizer and Chemicals Limited, where I started as an internal auditor. So that began my internal audit journey from 2020. I spent less than a year in that organization at Hamdallah. Then I moved to the Nigeria Sovereign Investment Authority Diagnostic Centers. I served as internal auditor of their Kano and their Umahia Diagnostic Center for close to 4 years, 2021 to 2025. And I left that employ, and currently I'm in a large industry called Rosemary Industry that has several interests in mining, oil and gas, FMCG, farming, agriculture, hotels, several interests in that industry. So I currently serve in their mining outfit in Kano as a senior internal auditor. So that's currently where I am in my career journey. All right, so I started tutoring in 2021. That started when I wrote ICAN Case Study in May 2019, and I scored 78 in that paper, one of the highest in the classes. And that made ICAN, Kano, and District Society appoint me as a tutor, and I started teaching that paper in 2021 physically. And I was inspired to start an online class for the same case study students that couldn't attend physically in 2022. And that spanned for 3 years. I recorded some very impressive high success rates. And in 2025 May, I started the AAA online classes also for audit students. And I've had some very good results from that. All right, so I'm passionate about education. I'm also a practicing Christian. I'm married with kids, and I love teaching and I love audits. That's part of my passion. So that's me in brief. For those that don't know me, some are on the call that know me, but for those that don't know me, that's just a brief introduction of myself. All right, so having said that, I'll be meeting us one-on-one. Thank you, Muyiwa, for that emoji. Appreciated. Thank you so much. All right, so having said that, let's get to work. It's very important to move to work. Please confirm you can see my screen. I've gone mini-me. I've gone mini-me as usual. So please confirm. Okay. Thank you. But nobody is speaking today. How comes everybody is using emojis? Yesterday I had a lot of, oh, thank you, Mo. Thank you, Mo. Yesterday I had a lot of, oh, okay. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah, you, sir.
Thank you. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you for the feedbacks. Appreciate it.
Is this the first class?
Yes, please. This is the first inaugural class for the ICAN case study and for the May 2026 diet. This is the first class.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So the class is a free interactive class, though we have a lot of rules. Please, if you want to speak, just raise up your hand. Find the emoji that it's the hand emoji or the hand button and raise up your hand if you have a thought that strikes. Please feel free, interject, and I'll halt whatever I'm doing. Maybe you have a thought that struck, maybe because of what I said. Please feel free to interject so you can get clarity. It's a free class. You ask any questions. Like I humorously used to say, there are no stupid questions and there are no intelligent questions. All you need is clarity. So ask freely without any fear of reprimand. So here it's a free class where you can interject. Gabriel, stop. I need clarity on this. You said this, come again and all that. So feel free. And we are not rowdy here. We try to be very, very coordinated and act with decorum, respect for every one of us. We are all professional colleagues. So I believe that set of professionalism should be displayed in everything and every of our conducts. All right. So having said that, the ICAN case study, as you can see on the screen, is what we're looking at. So I've shared the slides earlier before the class so that you could easily follow through with your handles, with your phones during the course of the classes. So we'll be looking at the plan. What's the plan for the ICAN case study? What are we doing for the diet? How do we approach the case study paper? And that's why I've tagged this prepare to pass case study. So this is a plan, and it will spout or help us prepare very adequately. The plan is to give us a direction, a strategic direction on how we are going for the diet. What are we doing for the diet? As auditors, for a while, I've audited for 5 years plus now. What you do in audit is you first start with an audit plan. What do you want to do for the year? And that goes for every endeavor, even in your life. Most of the time, when architects start a building, they start with a plan. And they finish that building before they start building it. If you understand that statement, they finish the building before they build it. So the building is on paper before it comes physically on ground. So that's why it's very important to start with this plan, which is prepared to pass. And the plan will help us navigate this paper very seamlessly. And wherever we have issues, we'll see how to amend very practically. All right, so our lecture days, we'll start with that, will be Tuesdays and Fridays. The AAAF paper is Mondays and Thursdays. So Tuesdays and Fridays are for case study. Then we have a day break, which is Wednesday. I'm also a working class person. I work 8 to 5, Monday to Fridays. And at times I have to work Saturdays because of the volume of work I have on me. So currently I don't work in town in Kano. My current place of assignment is quite in the bush. Don't forget I said I'm in the mining space. So in the jungle where we mine, and there's a camp there. So my family is in town, so I have to visit them maybe sometimes Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Then I come back to camp that same Sunday to resume work on Monday. So sometimes if I'm on transit on Friday evening, we may have to adjourn our lectures to Saturday morning. So please take note of that. If I'm not on ground in camp on Friday, we may have to do lectures on Saturday morning. Morning will depend on our approval or our approved timing. So Saturdays could be 8 to 10, 9 to 11, 10 to 12, depending on us. But physically, I have lectures in Kano Center for ICAN students in the Kano Center from that 12 and 1. So our lecture should, for 2 hours, if I'm in town on Saturday, should be between 8 to 12. So we'll choose the best time for us to come. So take note of that little schedule. Though this Friday I'll be in town, maybe next Friday I'll travel. So please take note of it. If we don't hold lectures on Friday, it will be Saturday morning so that we can cover up quickly. So please take note of that. All right, so the materials we'll be using, I've been sharing on the platform, especially for those that have been coming or coming later or joining later on the WhatsApp platform. I've been sharing and resharing the welcome address, the ICAN case study text. So that's very important to take note of that. The ICAN study text is first your Bible. If you're a practicing Christian, it's your Bible. If you're a practicing Muslim, it's your Quran. And if you're somebody that just writes or likes keeping things in your diary, that is your diary for case study. The ICAN case study text of 2025. Pre-2025, we had the initial text of 11 chapters, but this current one has 13 chapters. So this updated one is what you use. So please get conversant with it. It's not as voluminous as AAAF, SFM, as SBR. It's concise, just 13 chapters, not up to 500 pages. So it's easy for you to read that up to 5 times before the day of the exam. But it's recommended at least you read it twice, chapter to chapter for the 13 chapters. Very important to go through it. And I've shared materials on the platform for the past papers. There are 23 diets or editions of the case study. ICAN started case study in 2014. The first paper of the ICAN case study started in 2014. Formerly, we used to have multidisciplinary case study pre-2009. And that halted in 2009. And they came up again with ICAN case study for 2014. There was this reciprocity agreement with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of England and Wales, where if you want to pick that certification, that UK certification for free, the body of ICAW said, no, our exam structure has case study. So you don't have it. You need to incorporate that so that if you have ICAN and you're in the UK, you can pick ICAW free without writing any exam. So ICAN had to bring back case study in 2014. So that was the story that led to the reintroduction of case study in 2014. So also an information. So when you qualify, maybe you JAPA, for some of us that want to JAPA, or you still want 2 certifications, you don't want to go through the rigors of ACCA qualification, well, ICAW is an option for you. With your ICAN, you have 5 years experience. You can pick the ICAW qualification for free. Yeah, just pay the referral fee. Then you go through the orientation exam, just a little exam for orientation and sharing of experience. You pick ICAW's certification, a UK, very good UK certification, almost equivalent to ACCA for free. Okay, so that's a bit of a diversion to make you understand how case study came about. So I've shared on the platform the past papers from November 2014 down to May 2025. Now on the screen, you'll see that there are 23 diets. November is not yet on the platform because ICAN has not yet uploaded it on the website. I check up until today to see if it's uploaded. It's not uploaded yet. So very soon they are working on it. They will upload the Pathfinder for the last diet, which is part of what we'll be using. So we have 23 diets. So please work on it to use it as your material. You see, it's good to study the text, but if you do not practice these past papers, it will be very challenging to pass case study. To be very challenging. So the past papers are a way for you to familiarize yourself, understand what you are required to do in the case study exams. So this is very important for you to take note of. And those are the materials cardinally and very importantly we'll be using for the case study paper. Okay, so over the years, I told you I've been tutoring case study for close to 5 years now, since 2011. 2021, I beg your pardon, since 2021. So we have past paper debrief sessions on YouTube to help you understand how to navigate the case study paper. The reports could be very, very cumbersome. They could be technical and they could be challenging. But if you understand how to write the reports, it will be easy for you to pass case study. One of the reasons why I passed, of course, we must give glory to the Almighty. Number one, whatever you do, always give glory to the Almighty. So number one, I give glory to the Almighty for passing case study at first attempt. I wrote the May 2019 diet. And that diet, I bought Platinum Gold's video. If you know Platinum Gold in Lagos, they are like Starry Gold. So I bought Platinum Gold videos. And that diet, I wrote case study and ATAX. So Platinum Gold videos are very good, which was part of what inspired me to start online videos. I bought them and I really got value because they taught me how to navigate the paper, the case study paper. And that metamorphosed into me scoring 78 at first attempt. So one of the things they did was from November 2014 to November 2018, because I wrote May 2019, they made you practice all the diets. You write mock exams, they send you questions and answers, they send you the Pathfinders, they send you feedbacks. I mean, it was a robust structure and I got value. So part of the reasons why I came up with my YouTube channel online platform is to help you also understand what are the challenges, what are the strategies of how to go about answering these past questions. So I've treated some of them, some diets, and I've uploaded the videos and also the reports. You see the reports in the attachment on the description. The reports are there for you to download and start practicing. Please, as you are reading the study text, be practicing with some of these past papers. And that's why I've put them on the slide you can see. So the first ever diet from the case study paper is November 2014, and that case is on Pago Investment Limited. It's on my YouTube page. In fact, that was my first upload, my first case study video upload on the ICAN Case Study channel. So make well to do yourself well to go to those reports, to go to that video, download the report, read through it, listen to the debrief sessions, listen to the question and answers the candidates then asked and all that. It will help you start getting prepared. It will get you exam ready from day one. Second diet I worked on was Ice Age Manufacturing, the May 2015 diet. The diet was November 2015, Magic Network Communications Limited. It's uploaded on my YouTube channel with the report. The report is a PDF document you could download. Number 4 is Wonder Bank, May 2016. Wow, technical diet. Number 5 is November 2017, Toastol Drinks, Nigeria Limited. Wow, very technical and not just technical, brutal question. November 2019, Detoy Farms and Farms Products Limited question. Well, this one is a bit navigatable. That was when they started executive summary. Executive summary did not start until November 2019. Then last diet we saw March-July 2020, which is the Chartered Institute of Business Advisors case. Quite a technical and pepperish one also, very pepperish. So please do yourself a favor to look at all these papers. Number 8 is May 2022, Best Price Fashions Limited, a very good paper to also look at. Number 9 is May 2023, Dudley Cement Nigeria PLC, another fantastic paper. Then number 10, November 2023, Adalat Products Nigeria Limited. Wow, a technical one too. It tested about 4 geographical areas across Nigeria, Asia, West Africa. Very technical question. Then May 2024 is Spicy Confectionaries that we uploaded. So 11 diets are already available for you to explore, to use the reports to start practicing. It's very important to state that as you are reading you need to start practicing with these diets. The ones you can lay your hands on as time permits, please use it to start harnessing your report writing skills. If you don't write these reports, if you don't practice them, it will be challenging to pass case study. I used to say case study is the simplest of the 5 professional papers, but it can be challenging if you don't give it that required attention. I've had friends who case study have kept for 4 to 5 diets from qualification. So please don't take it for granted if you're taking it for the first time, or if you're reattempting it. Please give it that required attention so you can ace it very, very seamlessly. All right, so having said that, the case study text, which is our compass, like I said, our Bible, our Quran, or the diary we should be using, has 13 chapters, and it has 94 units. So we'll be studying each chapter and the 94 units in our lectures, our classes. And we plan to cover the 13 chapters, though not that much. And after each of the 2 chapters, say from chapter 1 to 2, we'll be practicing a full question, a past question, so that we don't just do lectures and at the end of the lectures we start practicing questions. So within the lectures, we need to be exam ready. And that's part of what we injected in the last diet. After every 2 chapters, we look at a past question. So after chapter 1 and 2, we'll be taking 1 past paper, full review, full session debrief. We'll be looking at how to solve the questions and how to write the reports. This is very important. So we'll be using the diets that are most recent between November 2025, the most recent diets, and November 2020. We'll be selecting 7 diets from those most recent diets to use it to practice during the 13 chapters lecture we are looking at. So chapter 1 and 2, we'll look at a past paper. Chapter 2 and 3, after chapter 2 and 3 lectures, we'll look at a past paper. After chapter 5 and 6, we'll look at another past paper. That's 3 past papers. After chapter 7 and 8, we'll look at another past paper. That's 4 past papers. 9 and 10, 5. 11 and 12, we've looked at 6 past papers. Then after chapter 13, we'll look at another past paper before the pre-scene analysis or the pre-scene paper comes out for May 2026. So that will get you exam ready. And if you have much time and you're very serious and you look at the other 11 past papers I've uploaded on YouTube, I'm sorry, to be inevitable not to pass case study. So it's very simple. It will be inevitable. If you've gone through these past papers, you've practiced them under exam condition by yourself, come on, case study is going to be a walkover for you. I tell you the truth. So take note of it. So we'll be looking at, after the first 2 chapters, chapter 1 and 2, we'll be looking at November 2020, which is Dotmark Nigeria Limited. If you have those past papers or the past Pathfinder, November 2020 is Dotmark Nigeria Limited. We're supposed to look at it in the last diet, but we didn't have time. So all things being equal, that will be the first past paper we'll be looking at. So get ready with the Pathfinders. I've shared some of them, just ICAN Case Study Pathfinders. There are no other papers attached. That Pathfinder I shared on the platform is exclusively ICAN Case Study. There is no SBR, ATAX attached to it. Yes, please, AA, your hands are up. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, sir. I just want to ask if there is a kind of a compilation of all those questions that you have worked on, maybe in a kind of a Google Drive that we can just easily access instead of picking them one by one on the YouTube.
Okay. Perfect idea. I actually have an IT guy, my siblings, working on an intranet or a blog where I could upload all that. So for now, it's work in progress, and I don't know if we to come up before the diet ends. It's quite a project. So in answering your questions, presently, no for now, but let me see how to upload them on Google Drive so that I can share the link for all those 11 papers. Yeah, it's a good idea. Okay, let me work on that. Let me look at my drive currently and the space I have. If it can accommodate the 11, then I'll just upload it and share it on the platform. So you just use the link so that you don't maybe go searching on the YouTube, where is the link, or maybe you have a challenge, YouTube does 1 or 2 upgrades and you're not able to download, which is one of the challenges we had last diet. Okay, thank you for that suggestion. It's a good one. So let me see how to upload the 11 on my Google Drive. I think I have some on the Google Drive, so I'll just check it out and see how to upload the other ones that are not there, so we could access them very freely. Thanks, AA, for that suggestion. I should do that before the week runs out. Thank you so much. I'll work on that. Thank you. All right. Thank you for that fantastic suggestion. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, so after the second chapter, like I was sharing my thoughts, I said we'll be looking at Dotmark Nigeria Limited. The third and the fourth chapter will look at May 2021, Oga Specialist Hospital Limited. Tough paper. That Oga Specialist Hospital is a tough paper. All right. It's tough. Any ICAN diet, most ICAN diets that are tough, I always tell myself, people will still pass. So why not me? So tell yourself that it was tough, but people still passed. So why didn't I pass? That's what I tell myself. So there's no excuse for not passing. Some diets can be pepperish, but don't encourage yourself to say, since it was tough, I deserve to fail. No. If somebody will pass it, I mean, he doesn't have 2 heads, so why not me? So no matter how tough the diet is, please always tell yourself, why not me? Yeah, so it will get you holding yourself responsible and accountable for any results. My mentor, Dr. David Oyedepo, used to say, you are absolutely responsible for every outcome of your life. You are responsible for any result. So nobody is responsible for you. You are responsible for yourself. So hold yourself accountable. Like I used to hold myself accountable for any results that come out negative. I'll be like, you didn't work harder. So do better. So May 2021 was actually pepperish. It was very, very pepperish. But then it was navigatable also because some people passed the diet. All right, so after chapter 5 and 6, we'll look at November 2021, which is Z Air Nigeria Limited. Yeah, quite a technical. I think they tested IFRS 9 there, expected credit loss model. I like that diet. It makes a lot of sense. We'll look at that after the 6th chapter. Then we'll come to the recent November 2024. In the 8th chapter, after I've seen the 8th chapter, we'll look at Travex Hotels Limited. Travex Hotels Limited. And after the 10th chapter, we'll look at May 2025, which is Defcon Manufacturing Limited. Defcon Manufacturing Limited. And after the 12th chapter, we're looking at the pilot paper that was released last diet. He released a pilot paper because when the syllabus was reviewed, there's a pilot paper for every paper to tell candidates how the current dispensation is going to be. The questions will be mirrored or will be tested. So the pilot paper for 2025 is Tomac Agricultural Products Nigeria Limited. I will share the questions when the time comes. We'll be looking at that past paper. And after the 13th chapter, we will now look at Folax Motors, the most recent paper that was tested last diet, November 2025. Folax Motors Nigeria Limited. And we hope we'll be able to cover 7 of them because that's a plan. This is a plan. So it's execution. Planning is one thing and execution is another thing. So we hope to execute all of them. Because as I speak currently, it's only November 2020 that is ready. The report is ready. Not even fully ready. But the other 6 are not ready. So that's another heavy work for me. But then we'll drive ourselves and see how to provide value for you to help you with the diet. And after that, we'll have our pricing analysis for the May 2026 paper, and we'll have a class for the pricing analysis so that when the examiner releases the pricing, we'll try to predict the unseen and also help you with some snippets, nuggets, and tips on how to approach the paper. All right, so that's it for our plan. Let's get to the ICAN study text to see what we'll be looking at practically. Please interject freely like AA did if you have any clarification, any thoughts, suggestions, and comments. Please go ahead. It's a free class. Just raise up your hand. Once your hand flashes, I will definitely acknowledge and give you the floor. to speak. All right, so having said that, the first chapter on the ICAN case study text is the introduction to the ICAN case study, the introduction, general introduction. So we'll be looking at 3 units in that introduction. Yes, King Sonny, please go ahead and interject freely.
Good evening, sir, and my other professional colleagues. I want to
good evening.
Please, I will claim to indulgence that even in our subsequent class, take reference to this first class because preparation is very, very important, so that we don't really there are strategy to success, and I believe that all you discuss those parts is very, very germane to our success. So maybe the subsequent class for the next 3-4 class always make reference to, so that even if people are not there, they can watch it on YouTube and know how these things are before we dive into the real study. Thanks so much.
Okay, thank you very much, King. Thank you, my King. I appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words also. Thank you for that suggestion. So we'll be making reference to these classes, to this first class, like he suggested, so that you can have the perfect picture, the perfect blueprint of how we are going. This class is a class that will direct us. It's a strategic compass, a strategic direction class to help us understand where we are going and how we want to get there. You see, an organization that has a vision and a mission. The vision and the mission statement are just 2 things. What does vision statement mean? A vision is, where am I going to? Simple. Then the mission is, how do I get there? Very, very simple. So this class is telling us this is where we are going to, and the lectures is, this is how we'll get there. So very importantly, like he said, we'll be making reference to these classes, and every class by default is supposed to be uploaded on YouTube after the class. So we'll be making reference to that for those that missed the class to go back to YouTube or go back to these slides to be able to access this very quickly, very freely if you didn't attend this class. So thank you very much for that suggestion, King Sonny. We'll see how to remember and also try to bring it up in subsequent 2, 3, 4 classes like you've suggested. That's well appreciated. I appreciate it. Okay, so chapter 1 has 3 units. We'll be looking at the ICAN case study in unit 1. Second unit, we'll be looking at the case study exams proper. What does the case study exams entail? Then the last unit, we'll be looking at preparing for the case study exams. How do we prepare? So our lecture slide is not going to be the case study text verbatim. It's just going to be snippets and very summary points. So please read the study text, because whatever I will be saying is a complementary to the study text, not a substitute. So don't substitute my slides for the case study text, or even AAA. If anybody is on AAAF here, don't substitute my slides for the case study text or the AAAF text. Don't substitute them. I know we like shortcuts. It's good. Like I said yesterday in the inaugural class for AAAF, I quoted Beverly Seals. Beverly Seals said, there is no shortcut to anywhere worth going in life. There is no shortcut. Currently, I'm preparing for a professional exams. I won't state the name. It's a world-class exam, very tough. Now, the route I'm using to read for that exams is very hard, very hard. I'm using one route that it's hard to read. The materials provided for me, I increased my own personal materials for that exam so that I can pass that exam first attempt. So there is no shortcut. Don't substitute my materials for the ICAN study text. I beg you. You complement it, use it complementary. Read the study text, then use my materials. That's the only way you could understand it. Don't drop the study text. So please, my materials are summary and they are complementary. They are not a substitute for the ICAN study text. Please read the study text. It's recommended twice. If you don't have time, you have commitments, family, work, at least once. It's just 13 chapters. It's not much. Read it through and understand the context, the concept, the principles, so that you'll be able to understand also the slides and the past question papers that I'll be providing. So having said that, 3 units for chapter 1, and that's what we'll be looking at. And that will end chapter 1 for the case study text. Chapter 2 is financial statement analysis. And we'll be looking at introduction to financial statement analysis. Mostly requirement 1 comes predominantly with financial statement analysis, predominantly. Not a hard and fast rule, but predominantly we've seen past diets, the examiner always tests financial analysis as requirement 1. Just a few deviations in some diets. Then the second unit will be looking at the spectrum of financial analysis. Third unit, introduction to financial statement analysis in the case study exams. The fourth unit will be looking at the definition of financial statement analysis. The fifth unit, types of financial statement analysis. Then the sixth, techniques for financial statement analysis. And very importantly, unit 7, ratio analysis, which is recurring decimal in the case study paper, ratio analysis. Then unit 8 will be looking at financial statement analysis in the case study exam, how to apply it in the case study exams. Then the 9th unit will be looking at using the same financial statement analysis in the case study exams. Finally, the 10th unit for chapter 2 is examination focus, how you focus financial statement analysis for the exams. And we'll end chapter 2. And after that class, we'll now look at the past paper, November 2020, which is Dotmark Nigeria Limited. We'll look at this past full paper, Dotmark Nigeria Limited. So having seen that, the first 2 chapters and the paper we'll be looking at, the next chapter is a new addition. It was not in the last dispensation. This is a new addition by ICAN. And that topic is, or the chapter is, analysis and interpretation of sustainability report. Sustainability is becoming the in thing now. It has become a current topic, a topical issue in audits, in financial reporting, and ICAN has proactively added this into case study. So this is a new addition, analysis and interpretation of sustainability report. We'll be looking at this chapter. I'll be looking at an introduction in the first unit, the core principles of analysis and interpretation, the second unit. We'll also be looking at the third unit, understanding the reporting frameworks and standards. We're looking at the fifth unit, techniques and methods for analysis and interpretation. And the fifth unit, we'll be looking at reporting on your analysis. The sixth, we'll be looking at challenges and limitations in analysis and reporting and interpretation, I beg your pardon. And the seventh unit, we'll be looking at in overcoming challenges and limitations, and that ends chapter 3. Chapter 4 is financial data analysis. This was chapter 3 in the former study text, and it's also a popular, mostly requirement 2 comes as financial data analysis. And the first unit will be looking at the meaning of financial data analysis. Next unit, financial data analysis tools. Next unit, performing accurate calculations in financial data analysis. Next unit, evaluation of all assumptions. Next unit, professional skepticism. Next, flexing the numbers and sensitivity analysis. Next, plausibility and numerical output. Interpretation of results and reconciliation. We're looking at the next unit on making financial decisions around conclusions and recommendations, which are very important for the case study. We'll also be looking at using financial data analysis in your case study exams. So those units are what we'll be looking at for chapter 4, and that will end chapter 4. Then we'll look at a past paper, the tough May 2021. This paper was pepperish, like I said earlier, Organ Specialist Hospital Limited. So we'll look at this paper after the 4th chapter, all things being equal. All right, so chapter 5, we'll be looking at business reorganization and capital reconstruction. This has been an old topic from day 1 of case study. This topic has always been there. So we have just 3 units. We have corporate restructuring. We have the next unit, the need for financial restructuring. And the final unit, we'll be looking at types of financial restructuring. And that will end chapter 5, the module, the 5th module. And the 6th module, or the 6th chapter, business analysis, this topic has always been there. We'll be looking at an introduction to the topic. The next unit will be looking at operational, strategic, and business trust and ethical awareness. And the next unit will be looking at operational and strategic analysis in case study. And the final unit will be looking at techniques for answering examination questions on business analysis. So those are the 4 units for chapter 6. And that will end that chapter. Then we'll come and look at ZN Nigeria Limited, the past paper, full past paper, which is November 2021. All right, so now after that past paper, we'll come and look at chapter 7, which is strategic and performance management tools. Very key topic, and is also frequently tested in either chapter 1 and chapter 2. Sorry, requirement 1 and requirement 2. The examiner sometimes injects some of those models. So all those models and the model analysis, strategic models, performance management models is what we'll be looking at in this chapter. So the first unit will be an introduction. Then we'll be looking at the strategic management tools and those models, about 12 of them, from PESTEL, from SWOT, from Porter's 5 forces, value chain, Ansoff matrix, all those models, we'll be looking at 12 of them here. And after that, we'll be looking at about 5 or 6 of the performance management tools, critical success factors, key performance indicators, balance scorecard, economic value added, human resource audit, all those performance management tools, we'll be looking at them in this last unit. And that will end chapter 7, and we'll come up to chapter 8. This is a new injection. So we saw chapter 3 on sustainability analysis. Now this is the full-blown sustainability chapter. So what is ICAN telling you? That sustainability has become the core, the main discussion. So a full topic on sustainability, sustainable business, responsible finance, and sustainability reporting. This is a new addition in this new dispensation. So this chapter is has a lot of units. From the first unit, the concept of sustainability. Second unit, sustainable business. Third unit, triple bottom line reporting. This is in SBR, or I think your corporate reporting, but it was brought here. Then we have the fourth unit, sustainability as a value driver in business. The fifth unit, sustainability reporting, a global evolution. The next unit, sustainability reporting. Okay, I think I replicated that, these 2 units, 6 and 7 is a replication. So take note of that. Then the next unit is sustainable finance and responsible investments. This 8.8 is a key topic we'll take note of. Another key topic, 8.9, unit 8.9, is the equator principle. Very, very practical and a core thing in sustainability reporting these days. And the 8.10 is sustainability reporting in Nigeria, the preparation, the challenges, and the role of accountants, professional accountants in sustainability reporting. We'll also see the standards, the International Sustainability Standards Board, IFRS S1 and IFRS S2. Those are the 2 cardinal standards that guide sustainability reporting. We'll look at them. And the role of professional accountants in sustainability and sustainability reporting also. So a lot of units, so much about 11 of them, I guess, or 10 is what to be looking at in chapter 8. And like I said earlier, that's a new injection, so take note of it. You may be experiencing some sustainability snippets in any requirements you may ask on sustainability. And the 5th box around ethical issues, you need to talk about some of the sustainability issues if it's not an express question or requirement in a case. We'll come to those boxes. You understand what the boxes are all about as we go ahead in the lectures. So that will end chapter 8, and we'll look at the past paper, the recent paper on November 2024, which is Travex Hotels Limited. After chapter 8, we'll look at this past paper. All right, so we'll move to chapter 9, ethics and the professional accountant. Chapter 9 is ethics and the professional accountant. This is an old topic from day one. Ethical issues is a part of the case study paper, and not just a part, a cardinal and very, very significant part. If you don't talk about ethical issues in your paper, you cannot pass case study. It's 10% of the marking structure of the current case study syllabus. So ethical issues must be discussed. As accountants, we must be ethical in our decisions and our way of doing business. So this chapter is very important. So we're looking at an introduction to ethics, a professional approach to ethics. The next unit, ethics in professional life, determining whether an action is ethical. We're looking at ethics, a structured approach to ethics, We're looking at ethics, shades of gray in opinion. We're looking at ethics, also how it's to be presented and written in the case study exams. And that will end chapter 9. We'll now move to the next chapter, which is the crux of the matter. Very important chapter, which is on writing a professional report. Everything about case study is a report. So your communication skills here is very important. Writing a report is key. If you cannot write the case study report, then you have a problem of scaling through case study. Everything about case study is reporting. And case study is not a calculation paper. Case study is a report writing paper. Calculation is just what you use to write the report. And calculation alone cannot get you through case study. Calculation is just the basis. If you look at the marks allocated to all those complex calculations, they are less than 10% of the marking structure of case study. So calculations cannot get you through case study. So all our SFM gurus, FR gurus, ATAX gurus, all the calculation gurus, we have a lot of number crunching gurus in accounting. Most accountants are number crunchers. Well, newsflash, case study is not a number crunching paper. You cannot pass case study with number crunching. You have to translate those numbers to text, communicate those numbers. What do they mean? What does gross profit all over revenue, what does it mean? What does it mean to a layman? That's what case study is about. Take note of it. So a lot of people disturb themselves. Ratios. You start cramming ratios. It's good, but that's foundational for case study. You cannot pass case study without interpretation of those numbers. And that is where this topic comes. Writing a professional report. So we'll be looking at introduction to report writing in the case study examination in the first unit. The second unit, business analysis report. The third unit, financial statement analysis report. The fourth unit, financial data analysis report. The fifth unit, executive summary. That is 20 marks of the case study paper. If you don't write an executive summary, you cannot pass case study. So take note of it. Executive summary is a must. And that comes first. We'll be looking at that in detail. The next unit is report structure. Next, second to the last is your language and style of your report. And the final unit is your report format. So those are the units we'll be looking at. And that will end chapter 10. Then we'll now come to one of the most recent papers, which is May 2025 on DEFCON Manufacturing Limited past paper. Having done that, we'll now come to chapter 11, which is the assessment procedure. How are you assessed? How are you marked? Case study is not like the normal SBR, SFM, ATAX, and what's the third paper now? AAAF. So those four papers have a different structure and they have their own assessment procedure, but case study is totally different. There's a special assessment procedure. So we'll be looking at that. So the first unit will be telling us how the competency-based assessment and marks are allocated for case study. And the next unit will be looking at the marking key. How are you marked in case study? It's not written on the question paper or the case paper or the exhibits given to you. You don't see the mark allocation like you have for other papers. When they give you question 1, they tell you it's 30 marks. But here in case study is different. So how are you marked? You need to know how you are marked. Then the next unit or the third unit will be looking at marks within skill boxes. So there are boxes. There are 8 boxes you need to be able to write on. And that will help construct your marking key, which is the next unit. We'll be looking at constructing the marking key. And we'll be providing an example of the marking key. And we'll be looking at how our grades are awarded for the case study paper. Next, you need to be looking at how is numerical work, all your number crunching, the appendices, how are they rewarded? Very meager mark, small marks awarded. So we'll be looking at that. We'll also be looking at what is an appropriate grade profile on what grade should I glean to be able to pass at first attempt, or if I'm reattempting it, I should pass very easily. So we'll be looking at an appropriate grade profile. Then we're looking at quality versus quantity. Is it how much you write or how good you write? Very important in the assessment procedure. And finally, we'll be looking at the assessment procedure and the examination focus. And that will end chapter 11. Then very recently, we have technological tools for business. Accountants are now custodians of technology, or they have to use technology to do their work seamlessly. So this topic came in the last dispensation before this recent one, and this was a new injection on technological tools for business. And the most recent blockchain technology, we'll be looking at that. Artificial intelligence that has come to stay, your ChatGPT, your Gemini, your Stack AI, your DeepSeek, your Gemini, your Perplexity, all the AIs, So we'll be looking at them here, and robotics. So AI has come to stay, and these technological tools now, we have to employ them to do our work seamlessly. They've come to stay. Currently, it has so impacted me that I cannot work without ChatGPT on. I cannot work without Gemini. I cannot work without DeepSeek. So most of these AI make you do much with less. They help you do the complex works. All the issues with Excel formula, VLOOKUP, macros, how to run macros. Now I just tell ChatGPT to run the code for me, and it gives me the code, makes my work easy. So, like the CEO of one of the former CEOs of Microsoft said, artificial intelligence has come to stay. It helps us do much with less. So that's what ICAN has integrated there for us to know about AI and also robotics. We'll also look at the last unit on digital communication, how you communicate on mails. Some people use some official WhatsApp platforms currently. So digital communication in the official or business space. We'll be looking at that in this third unit. And that will end chapter 12. Then we'll look at this past paper, this pilot paper. We'll look at it on Tomat Agricultural Products Nigeria Limited. He may pick this because he didn't bring it in the last diet. It's a pilot paper. So take note of the pilot papers. If you are even writing AAAF, take note of the pilot papers of AAAF also, because he didn't feature some of them. So some of them may be featured in this diet. Because last diet, they expected it and it didn't show up. So we'll try to see how to work on this pilot paper in case the examiner decides to feature it in this diet. Having said that, we'll now look at the final chapter, which is on soft skills for accountants. Accountants now need soft skills in organization. Technical prowess, it's not sufficient enough now for accountants. You need soft skills to be able to navigate the business space. Around originality and initiative is the first unit to be looking at. We're looking at creative thinking. Also be looking at the third unit on integrative thinking, next persuasion, negotiative skills, cognitive flexibility, multiple capitals, leadership, then emotional intelligence. Now, emotional intelligence is very important. This social or soft skill is very important for accountant. How do you manage your emotions? Very importantly. Do you flare up anyhow? Do you get emotional and you're not objective in your thinking and your behavior in the business space? Emotional intelligence is very important for accountants. So social thinking is also important, business modeling, project management. So those are the soft skills we'll be looking at in this unit, and they are very important for accountants. And that will be it for the 13 chapters. After that, we'll now look at the November 2025, the most recent paper of the last diet. We'll try to see how to provide a debrief session for this fully. Having said that, or having looked at all the chapters and those past papers, you have your pre-scene analysis coming 2 weeks before the exam. 2 weeks before the exam, the examiner releases the pre-scene paper. So for May 2026, we're going to schedule a live debrief session to speak to those exhibits that have been provided. He'll provide maybe 4 to 5 exhibits for that diet and tell us, okay, this is the industry, this is some of the numbers. If he comes up with them, there are no numbers, these are the texts, this is what you should focus on. But most of the time, his pre-seen don't connect to the unseen. So just little information to help you with the unseen. The pre-seen and the unseen are always, most of the time, not connected. So don't depend 100% on the pre-seen. Just understand what case study is all about, understand how to connect the pre-seen and the unseen. And no matter what he brings as unseen, you don't have an issue. You navigate it very seamlessly. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that's it for our plan for May Diet 2026. So I shared my profile. So on each of the slides, I'll be providing my profile for those that maybe came late in the class and those that don't know me. Just is 1 or 2 slides of my profile of who I am. So thank you very much. Here I can see, before I even ask for the questions, Oluwaseyi is already, his hands are up. All right, so let's go for you, Oluwaseyi. Please speak. Your hands are up. The floor is yours.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, my professional colleagues. Yeah. Okay, so
I can't hear him. Is somebody hearing him? I think he went off.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Last night I attended your lectures for Triple AF, and to God be the glory, it was a success. So,
congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Okay,
Yeah.
so actually, last night I qualified.
Wow.
I wrote,
Congratulations.
advanced tax and advanced audits, but I'm joining this class because I'm interested in case study. Maybe in the future or some years to come or some months to come, I would see myself as a tutor. I really want to learn from you. But over this class now, I made mention of the first requirement and the second requirement, and I was, because I remembered my.
Wow, we're struggling to hear you. You are breaking and you are off. I guess it's the network. There's this glitch. It's off and on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I was saying that I had when we were mentioning requirements 1 and requirements 2.
Yeah.
Or case study. So will I say I don't want to say confused, but
It's off
2024.
Again? Okay. Yeah, you're back now. Go ahead.
Okay. Travex Hotels Limited. I remember that previously, before then, what we usually have was requirement 1 and requirements 2, requirement 1 and requirements 2. And all of a sudden, in the that was November, we saw 3 requirements, and it was quite confusing.
He's off again. Yes, it's his network.
I had 9. So, but even this May 2025, the exam came out again.
His network is really struggling. Can somebody hear? Okay.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes. You keep going off and on. His network, I guess.
Okay. So yeah. I just wanted to ask, because that Travex had 3 requirements. The May 12 had 4 requirements. It's very, very confusing. So, and I have not had you made mention of second, third requirement or fourth requirement, but I've had you said this night I've had requirement and the second requirement. So it seems like we is it that I read the question Travex and DEFCON now that what I understood from the question, we have 3 requirements, and from DEFCON we have like 4 requirements, so that case studies can come. That's the 2 that is usually the norms, or ICAN is just trying to be trickish with students, and they are trying to add more to the requirements. So that's my question, sir.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for those thoughts. Even though I struggled to hear you, I must first congratulate you on your qualification. It's well earned, and I really appreciate your coming on this call to want to learn as a tutor. I'm glad you are already envisaging giving back to the accounting community. I really appreciate that, and I'm impressed, and I'm proud of what this decision you've made to come back to learn how to tutor. You see, one thing with tutoring is it helps you know the subject better, because the more you speak, number 1, it helps you know the subject better. Number 2, it boosts your public speaking confidence. You see, as accountants, we mostly as chartered accountants, we would sit on very high roles, speaking to boards, speaking to colleagues, talking to subordinates, superiors. You need that boldness. I'm a very timid person by nature, but you see, I have trained to some extent to be able to speak boldly. As an internal auditor, you present to boards, you present to committees. Now you need to be able to be bold. You need to have good command of English to communicate very seamlessly. And that's one of the things tutoring helps you do, teaching. It helps you harness your communication skills, your report presentation skills, and that's very important. For some of us on the call, we'll definitely qualify very soon.
Thank you, sir.
Consider teaching, consider tutoring like Shei has done. It's a very good decision. Get a tutor, get books. I recommend this book by Dale Carnegie. Also, if you can read it, Effective Public Speaking is a very good book that will help you. If you're a stage fright person like me, I don't like to face people and speak, that book will get that phobia off you. So you can't hide it or you can't run away from it. As a chartered accountant, you are seen as a senior person, not just in the office, but in the business space. The ICAN qualification takes you to that apex, that top place. So learn from the system. So I appreciate you on that, and I also congratulate you. So back to your question. Very good question. The examiner has been tweaking the paper recently. Now, those diets you mentioned are two requirements, and I've mentioned them severally. If you've been attending my classes in the last diet, towards the tail end of my lectures, most of the papers we look at, and even those recent papers, we've seen some of the preceding. The requirements are just two. There is no three requirements. There are babies that connect either to requirement 1 or 2. That's all. He may just put Roman numeral 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 2 requirements. There are just 2. So he splitted those 2 into maybe 4 splinter houses or 4 babies. Just like you have question 1, A, B, C, D. It's still question 1. Now that's what the examiner is doing. So now you need to use your IQ. You need to read in between the lines to be able to connect requirement 1 and requirement 2. So read the examiner's report. Let me share my screen and address what I'm saying so that I can answer your question. Let me reshare the document for May 2025. Okay, so if you can look at May 2025 report, this is the examiner's document from ICAN. If you wrote May 2025, you will see that he did the same thing for requirement. Okay, I think Mo wants to speak. Mo, are you speaking based on what we are saying now, or we should wait for you? You need to clarify a thought.
You can go ahead. I will speak later then.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. I'll call you once I'm done. Thank you, sir. Okay, so you can see on my haven't splitted May 2025 diet before the exams. You can see there are just 2 requirements. Just 2 requirements. So, Shei, which diets did you call? Let me see if I can go through those documents on my drive quickly. Which diets did you call? You called
yes, sir. That was Travex. That's November 2024. Travex. Okay. So because we were used to 2 requirements, and when we saw the requirement for Travex, it was like 3 requirements. And even for DEFCON, that's May 2025, it was like 4 requirements.
So now look at DEFCON May 2025. Look at the examiner's report. Sorry to interject. Look at the examiner's report. Did you see that there are 2? If you can see my screen, this is DEFCON May 2025. There are just 2. Look at what he said. To perform well in the case study, candidate must prepare the following appendices, requirement 1 and 2. They are just 2. It's just that he splitted them into 4 different babies. So they are just 2. So this is DEFCON May 2025. You see requirement 1 and 2. Never has the examiner changed it from requirement 1 and 2. He just splitted it. So you need to read in between the lines. Okay, let's go to November 2024 and look at the examiner's report. Let's go to November 2024. This is Travex. So let me look for the report. Let's look for the report now and see where is this examiner's report. There are always 2 requirements. Okay, this is the unseen. Just a minute. I'm still trying to search for his report. Okay, I don't think he put the report in November 2024. Okay, let me see this other document. So, in nutshell, there are always two requirements. So, if he split it into different numbers, calling it 1, 2, 3, 4, you just need to connect. Okay, this is the marking key. He always releases a report. I don't know why he didn't release a report for Travex. Yeah, this is the marking key. These are the report. Okay, so if you look at this, please confirm you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. I can see, sir.
Okay. Okay, fantastic. So you see requirement 1, Travex Limited Business Segment Performance. And you see requirement 2, appraisal of proposal, project fund plus. So there's no requirement 3, just 2. So he just confused us by saying, okay, this is splitted into 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you read the lines, you see there is a connection. Okay, good. So this is the requirement. Now this is his report. This is what I've been looking for. Now he said, look at this statement here. As usual, there are 2 requirements that candidate to our requirements here. 2 of them, these dotted ones. That is what he splitted into 4, and you got confused. Like, for example, this intersection of also, maybe that also, he now brings it to number 3, and you thought is another requirement. So you treated an appraisal different from also. I had a candidate in Kano told me the same thing in this diet. He says, sir, there were 4 requirements, so the examiner changed it. I said, no, there will always be 2. Exactly. So that's part of what we'll be looking at in the preceding analysis and during the lectures. I'm glad to know Travex and this other paper you just mentioned will be looked at. We'll look at them fully. Yes, DEFCON. We're looking at them fully. So thank you for bringing that to the fore. At least from now, a lot of people have benefited from this question. They now understand that there are no 4 or there are no 3 requirements. There is only 1. So
right,
this is well appreciated, and I'm grateful. Thank you for the engagement.
Thank you,
it's really enlightening. I appreciate it. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so let's go for Mo. Mo, please go ahead. Can you share your thoughts now?
Thank you very much, sir. Mine is a clarification. I think from the beginning, as you started, you were pointing on at some questions that you've shared their videos. Is it the diets? I didn't get that clear, sir.
Okay. I said I shared the links to the videos. That's the past papers. About 11 of them that we've treated the past questions. So the links are on the YouTube page. I have a YouTube page where I upload most of those videos. So that was what I said, so that you can access some of those past papers, can access the report, download the PDF for you to practice with. So that's what I was saying.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right. You're welcome. Okay. So any other questions? I think there were some hands that are Ogam and Shei and that of any other person have a question, a clarification, contribution? Any questions, any contribution, any clarification? Okay. In the absence of none, well, I think we'll have to call it a night. So our next meeting will be on Friday, where we'll be looking at chapter 1, an introduction to the case study text. So in that class, we'll provide the slides. We'll try to see how to provide the slides before the time of the class so that you can go through it on your phone. And why we use slides is because most of the times you will need to use your phone. Our phones are mostly with us instead of carrying PCs up and down and hard copies. So you just use your phone. So the slides are large, have larger text. And that's part of the idea, is to make reading and going through some of these documents very easy for you. We can't put the past questions and answers into slides because they come in PDF formats. It's hard to transcribe that into slides. If not, the past papers too will have been in slides, but they have to be in those ICAN kind of fonts. But with your phone, I think you can navigate reading those short text. But our lectures our classes will be on PowerPoint slides so that you can use your phone and also access the lectures and the resources after the lectures very easily. All right. Oh, okay. Aliu, please go ahead. Your hands are up. Yeah.
Good day, sir. Good day, colleagues.
Yeah, good day, Malali. Nice to have you.
Nice to have you too, sir. This is my first time attending your online classes. I've been watching your YouTube videos, and I've been this one. And this is my first time attending your online tutorial for advanced auditing, assurance, forensic, and also the case study. So thank you so much for your time and for making it affordable for all of us. I truly appreciate it. May God bless you abundantly. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Malali, for those kind words. I'm from the north. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Sorry to interject. Go ahead.
Last night I wrote 3 papers. That's the SFM, CR, and taxation. I got only one. I got SFM.
Okay, congratulations.
So this night, all the 4 papers were God grace. And from the lectures I'm hearing, I know by God grace, all the 4 papers have already passed by God grace because I've already the team from you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for those kind words, Malali. Mungode. Sorry, I was born in the north. I was born in Zaria, so I speak Hausa very well and I understand the Islamic faith very, very much. Okay, maybe Mo wants to say something to Aliu's comment. Okay, Mo, your hands are up.
Actually, mine is those questions we are going to practice at the course of our lectures. Maybe I have to, you said you did mention from chapter 1 to maybe 2 or 3. Before we proceed to 4, we are going to practice a question. I don't know if you shared those questions on the WhatsApp group, or is based on after we are done with the chapters before you'll be able to share the questions with us.
Okay, your question is noted. All right. So I just want to make a comment on Mala Aliu's comments also. So I'll come to your comments. Thank you, Mo, for that. So Mala Aliu Mungode, like I said, I was born in the north, so I speak Hausa very fluently. Mungode, you're welcome to the call. Now go there. That's the prayer. So if you don't understand Hausa or that prayer, maybe you come for consultancy. So Mala Aliu, now go there. Thank you for coming. And Aleba Musa Muchik case study Muchi AAF the Saudi the kill. So all right. So those that don't understand Hausa, I'm sorry, you're already in another language entirely. I can see laughing. Yeah. So all right. Thank you, Malaliu. It's good to have you on the call, and it's nice to have you. Thank you so much. May Almighty Allah bless you and bless us all. So coming back to Mo's question, we'll provide those questions or those documents for that paper on the day of the debrief session. So after chapter 1 and 2, provide us with November 2020 past paper on that day of the debrief. Before the paper, we'll just provide that past questions on the day. But if you can't wait for that day, now if you look at the 22 diets I've provided November 2014 past questions, just case study. I've attached it on the platform. So you have November 2014 down to May 2025. November 2025 has not been uploaded yet on ICAN site. Yeah, so you look at those diets, then fish out the diet based on this slide that we're looking at before the day. Maybe you just want to go through the cases and get yourself familiar with them before we look at that. So you can make do with those full 22 diets, just fish them out. Or if you want those particular 7 diets one by one, maybe you just DM me, I'll just provide them to you so that maybe you don't have to go to convert them with a PDF software to separate them. So you can just DM, I'll help you provide that. I hope that clarifies your concern.
Is it the same with the one you shared last? You said November 2014 to May 2019. Is that
exactly? So yes, that's the first document. Then we have November 2020 down to May 2025. There are 2 documents on that attachment.
Okay.
Yes, that's it. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for the engagement, for the clarifications. It was a most rewarding section, and I appreciate our time. So do you have any questions or any other clarifications so that we can shut down for the night? Any other questions?